Daniel Podolsky was kicked off an airplane of Southwest Airlines recently because they didn't like his shirt. This looks like a case of a big company really abusing a little customer. Or does it? So folks, this is a little bit of an odd situation, different from how we usually think of social media playing out when it comes to scandals, crises, mishaps, and PR blunders. Daniel Podolsky is a young man. He was flying back from the South by Southwest conference. He had on a t-shirt promoting the sitcom Broad City. It said Broad City, but in between Broad and City was another word that begins with F that many people consider an obscenity. Now, apparently he was wearing a jacket when he got on the plane. The plane was diverted to another town before its final destination. He took off his jacket. When he tried to get back on the plane, he wasn't allowed on the plane. Now, he complained to the news media. He called local TV affiliates. They did a story about him. He claims that Southwest Airlines was totally unreasonable, that all they had to do was ask. He would have put a jacket on or covered it up. And this was a clear-cut example of an airline's just being contemptuous of its customers. And that's a narrative that rings true with a lot of people. There's only one problem. This young man did something inexplicable. He apparently videotaped his whole encounter. He then showed the videotape to the TV reporter who came out to interview him. And here's what it revealed. The Southwest airline worker asked him in a polite tone of voice, "Can you change the shirt?" The young man in question, "Nope." "Can you put the jacket on and leave it on through the flight?" Not a response you can really hear, but implied it was in the negative. "Can you put the shirt on inside out?" "Nope," said the young man in question. "Is there anything you can do not to display the shirt, because at this point we can't allow you to go?" And the young man says, "I have freedom of speech." The patient Southwest attendant says, "I know you do." And then the young man, "Really, it's not bothering anyone." And the worker says, "I can show you in our contract of carriage that you can't wear any shirts that say offensive things." So the video shows in 100% incontrovertible way that the young man had lied to the reporter. He, in fact, was given numerous options to get back on the plane, and he rudely and arrogantly ignored all of them. And in this particular case, any fair-minded person who sees the video would conclude that Southwest Airlines behaved beautifully, perfectly. This young man is an arrogant little jerk. And it just goes to show you, social media, everyone having video cameras, it cuts both ways. It can be harder for big companies to get away with obnoxious behavior, but it also can be more difficult for individuals to get away with obnoxious behavior. Until you look at the tape, you never really know who's at fault.